Hey, so welcome to video 5 in my Marketing 101 series. You made it. If you didn't watch the other videos, definitely go back and watch them now. So this is the grand finale, right? Building the sequence in order to convert your social media followers into buyers. I mentioned in my last video that a lot of people think if you have tons of followers in social media, if you have tons of exposure, you're going to get more sales. It doesn't really work that way. There's a difference between being an influencer and selling more, okay? If you are relying on numbers like a following to get more sales, you are relying on actually being a trend or a fad. And that's not sustainable by any means. Because when the next best things comes around, they're gonna go for it, okay? That's why it's so important to understand what it truly takes to create buyers from social media leads, from people who follow you. And so I mentioned in my last video that there's 3 different transitions that someone has to go through before buying from your shop or your website or wherever, if they find you in social media. Number 1, you have to create a way to transition the social media follower into a prospect. A prospect is someone you initiate a conversation with, okay? So after you determine what the conversation will be and the next steps you want them to lead them with, and what you want that conversation to lead to the next steps, then that next sequence, like, okay, we talked, cool, the next steps are, boom, that next step will be qualifying them as a lead. So for example, I connect with people on my social media following, I spark up conversation, I invite them on a phone call, boom, when they agree to a phone call and we get on, they become a lead, okay? Then the goal is to create enough leads in your pipeline. Like, I believe you're supposed to always have 50 to 100 in your pipeline, okay, at all times for consistent sales. Then you will always have these leads to go back and sell to, because the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? You can't expect to sell to someone on the first try, on the first contact, on the first conversation, or even in the second conversation. Set hopes, set anticipation for that, but it's not a reliable method to expect that every single time, okay? Unless you get really, really good. So that's why when they become a lead after the calendar, I have a process where I send them a follow-up email with certain resources, and then we schedule a follow-up call if they didn't say yes on the first call. And pretty much I nurture the relationship until they're at a point where it makes sense for both of us to proceed into a business relationship, okay? So that's it. But so do you see, it takes you understanding your own process and guiding the people from just following you on social media to really buying from you because you led them that way, okay? You set what I call as the buyer's journey. You set the path, and they will either say yes or no. And that's why processes are so different. That's why no one formula works for everyone, because a prospect may look different for you and a lead may be something different for you than someone else. It may not be a calendar call. Maybe it's a click through to a landing page, or maybe it's an email, they get and they respond a certain way. I don't know, it's up to you. So anyway, that's my marketing video series. I really hope this helped. Definitely comment below for your help. And as I said, I have a shop on my website that links to, that gives you resources for marketing, okay? So you can educate yourself and save money without hiring a consultant or marketing agency. Educate yourself first, then outsource it, okay? That is the only way to not be taken advantage of, all right? So go ahead, feed yourself for a lifetime. Check out my shop. It's in the link below in this video. And stay connected.